What's good, y'all? Shagama Kai. Welcome back to my channel. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And then make sure if you're new that you subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, and every subscriber helps. Over here on this channel, we talk about basketball. So if you like basketball, what you probably do is that you're watching this, make sure you subscribe. I upload nearly daily on this channel, so expect a lot of content coming from me in the near future. And today we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers and some off-season moves that they should consider, and basically what I think they should do going into next season. So the Los Angeles Lakers, they coming off of a 2020 NBA championship, which everybody knew they was going to win. Now I don't want to say everybody, because there was a lot of people out there that Clippers are going to win, Bucks are going to win. Like, a lot of people doubted the Los Angeles Lakers, and they proved everybody wrong. But this isn't the video for that. The Lakers, they need to pretty much keep the roster the same like how it was. If they're looking for upgrades, I don't think they have the assets or the cap space necessary to upgrade at any position, because they're good at small forward, they're good at power forward. I don't think they're gonna want a center. But their main issue was when LeBron James went to the bench, they had a hard time getting playmaking. Luckily, Rondo came back for that stretch in the playoffs, but and Rondo was great in the regular season as well, but it really showed his greatness. He really showed his greatness in the playoffs. But Rondo is a free agent this year. There's no guarantee he re-signs with them. So one priority for the Lakers: re-sign Rajon Rondo. If another team offers Rondo the bag and he just dips, he leaves the Lakers, then they might have to look into getting Chris Paul. Now, Chris Paul is a stretch because he's getting so much money. I think he's scheduled to make about 30+ million this upcoming season. So it's like you would have to trade, the whole squad, and you have to trade Kuzma, Caruso, Danny Green, probably a pick for Chris Paul, and whatever other guy would make the salary work, over there. But do I think that the Lakers should trade for Chris Paul? Because that's been, a real popular rumor this year. Nah, I don't think so, because they're not going to have any bench depth, and it's just going to be a rough season for them. Because you need a bench in the NBA. You can't, just count on your guys just going all out every game. You know what I'm saying? So it's like trading for Chris Paul should not be, on the Lakers radar this season. But really, they just need to re-sign their guys. Like, KCP came up in amazing playoffs. He really redeemed himself, because the last couple of years, I ain't gonna lie, Kentavious been like trash. I ain't even gonna lie to you. He's been garbage. Not, completely trash, but he has not been worth the money that he got. And, he really did what Danny Green should have done. KCP, people were talking, down on him, talking trash about him. They were saying, oh, KCP is whack. The Lakers, he's stealing money from the Lakers. He's scoring 0 points. I remember earlier in the season, he had 0 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists, 0 steals, 0 everything, every stat. And, Twitter was, on him. Everywhere was on him. Instagram, Facebook, all social media was on Kentavious. Talking about, oh, Kentavious Cole Pope is garbage. And look what he did. He just turned it around. He wasn't crying to the media saying, oh, it hurts my feelings when people make fun of me. He just put his head down, improved his shooting, made himself more valuable. He's valuable on defense. He's valuable shooting threes. That's what the Lakers need. They need 3-and-D guys. Danny Green was the perfect signing in the offseason. Maybe not for, $30 million for 2 years. Like, he's scheduled to make about $14.6 million, this upcoming season. Do I think he's worth that money, especially after he laid an egg in the playoffs? No. There's not a chance in the world that he's worth that amount of money. But, Danny Green, he's really a real head scratcher for me, because last year on the Raptors, he had a great season. He was shooting well from three. And I feel like earlier this season for the Lakers, he wasn't even shooting that bad. Like, he was just, flowing. LeBron was getting him open looks. AD was getting him open looks. And, everything was falling. Not literally everything, but, a lot more of his shots were falling. And then as the season progressed, he just got worse and worse and worse and worse. And then in the bubble, oh man, in the bubble, he was just ridiculously trash. Like, it was just sad. Like, I felt bad for the guy, honestly. Like, after he missed that game winner in the finals, I really felt bad for him, because it's like, bruh, you're getting paid $15 million to just miss wide open threes. Yeah, I know. People miss wide open shots, but it's like, bro, you cannot be missing wide open when the stakes are that high. But, It's funny. He didn't even have a bad shooting game he didn't even have a bad shooting at that game. I think he shot like 40% from three that game, but whatever. So, maybe try to find some value on the trade market for Danny Green. And, do I think the Lakers keep Kuzma going forward? I say give Kuzma a couple years because Kuzma, like, sometimes, like, he has stretches. He, like, he goes from being real good, real solid, real, calm and relaxed. And then it's like he just gets anxious and antsy and he just starts doing whatever, throwing up whatever shot. And, I've never seen a guy, I said this in the past video, I've never seen a man fall for more pump fakes than Kyle Kuzma. Because on defense, he just had no discipline, no patience, no IQ. It's painful to watch. But, offensively, does he provide you scoring? Yes. Is the scoring consistent? No. But, I mean, I guess you keep him. I guess you, see how it's going to go. And another, very high priority for the Lakers this year, re-sign Avery Bradley. If he has a play option, I'm not sure if he has a play option or not, but if he does re-sign him, make sure you keep Avery Bradley and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope because the whole Lakers thing this year was defense, defense, defense. Frank Vogel, a defensive-minded coach. Anthony Davis came from the Pelicans. Anthony Davis is one of the best defenders in the NBA. And I feel like he really sparked that in LeBron to, give more intensity on defense because, in the past 2 years, LeBron hasn't been the best on defense because he's had to carry, offenses. But AD came this year and was like, nah, bro, you're going to have to step it up. We ain't finna, just play one side over here. And that really just inspired the whole Lakers team to play defense. They had one of the top defenses this year, I believe. But, there's another trade that they can go after, Derrick Rose. And, when it comes to this trade, when it comes to Derrick Rose, man, that's my guy. From, 2011 in Chicago when I first started watching basketball, that's really my guy. I always wanted to see him play for, another contending team after that Bulls team early on. And, does the trade really make sense for the Lakers? No. But the trade would have to probably be, the trade would probably want Caruso, Kuzma, that pick. Or maybe you can get away with, Danny Green, Kuzma, the pick. But it's like, I don't think that second trade, I don't think the trade's going to fall for that. Unless they're going full rebuild and just want Derrick Rose out of there. But, if they did get D Rose, a big problem for the Lakers was having, a third consistent scoring option outside of LeBron and AD. Derrick Rose, he gives it up on the offensive side of the court. He gives you buckets, and he can play make a little bit. It's not like he's some, novice at passing. He can play make, but, his main drive is to score. Shooting the mid-range, driving to the rim. People don't think. Derrick Rose still got, a little athleticism, a little craftiness around the rim. And he's improved as a shooter over the years, so that would have a lot of value offensively for the Lakers, but it would highly decrease their defensive. Like, it would make their defense a lot worse, honestly. So, what's the verdict on the Lakers this season? There really aren't any big moves they can make this season. They got the 28th pick in the draft. I don't really know a guy at 28 who can come in and, automatically add value to the Lakers because usually teams win the chip. Their draft pick is pretty low, and that guy usually doesn't really do much anyway. But, the Lakers this year, they need to be focused on keeping, their key guys, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Avery Bradley, Rajon Rondo, and you just hope and pray that Danny Green has a better season. He's been working out with that NBA shooting coach, lethal shooter on the gram, so, hopefully somehow he improves his shot. At least Danny Green is putting in the work to improve. It's not like he's just sitting at home just, completely fine with how he did. He's putting in the work. And at the end of the day, as NBA fans, all we can ask is that the players give their all. It sucks when they don't do well, especially when it's your favorite team, but what can you do? But yeah, they need to re-sign the key guys, like I just said, Rajon Rondo, Avery Bradley, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Make sure they don't sneak away in free agency. Dwight Howard, they should re-sign him. He had a lot of production in the playoffs, a lot of productive minutes. JaVale McGee had more production in the regular season, but when it came to playoff time, he got less and less minutes until the point where he wasn't really playing much at all. So if, JaVale McGee decides to walk, so be it. That's the guy that I think that the Lakers can bear to lose. Should they re-sign Markieff Morris? Yeah, I think so, because they don't really have a lot of wing depth. So I think Markieff Morris would be, a key re-signing. But if Markieff Morris walks, I think the Lakers are going to be just fine. But the main thing they need to really focus on is defense. They need to keep, the main pieces of that elite defense they had this year to have a chance at a 2P, a repeat championship. And do I think they're gonna win a championship again? That's for a future video. But yeah, if you stay to the end of this video, thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.